So here's what the league says about it. Because the league allowed this to exist a year ago, and the problem is anything they do now to fix it will be necessarily an admission that they messed it up. Messed it up last year. Almost. Here's the statement that was issued yesterday. There are no policies that prohibit an owner from sitting in the coach's booth or wearing a headset during a game. Brady was sitting in the booth in his capacity as a limited partner. All personnel sitting in the booth must abide by policies that prohibit the use of electronic devices other than league-issued equipment. Tom continues to be prohibited from going to a team facility for practices or production meetings. He may attend production meetings remotely, but may not attend in person at the team facility or hotel. He may also conduct an interview off-site with a player, like he did a couple of times last year, including for the Super Bowl. Of course, as with any production meeting with broadcast teams, it's up to the club, coach, or players to determine what they say in those sessions. Now, that last part pissed me off. They're putting it on the teams to guard the fox that the NFL dropped into their henhouse. Right? You better watch your chickens. We put the fox in there. It's up to you to guard your chickens. That's basically what they're saying. And you know what will happen? If the Bears say what Bill Belichick would have said if Troy Aikman owned 5% of the Buffalo Bills. If the Bears say, hey, you know what? This isn't personal, Fox. None of your people are welcome here. Well, what do you mean? This is just a Tom Brady issue? No, they all work with him. Anything they hear or see, they can say to him as they're preparing to present the best possible game. He's going to pick stuff up. None of you are welcome here. Not Tom, not Kevin, not Aaron, not Rinaldi, not anybody. Stay the hell out. That's a way to ensure that you're watching what you say. Or you know what you could do? You just sit there and do the Marshawn Lynch. In response to every question, I'm just here so I won't get fined. And give them nothing. Like, they're putting the teams in an awkward and impossible spot by saying it's up to the clubs. Like, it's your fault if you say something to Tom Brady that he runs back to the Raiders and uses against you. This is on the NFL. The more I think about this, the more this pisses me off. This is an integrity of the game issue, and the NFL is always like, oh, we must protect the integrity of the game. They've created this.
Right.
And they refuse to do anything about it because they'd have to admit they were wrong by letting him be an owner of the team while he's working for Fox.
Yeah, no,
it's all on the NFL.
It's crazy. It's irony. It's hypocritical of other things they've said and done through time. I mean, whatever you want. It doesn't seem NFL-like. It doesn't. And I love, like, the first one, which is like, yeah, we put out something to stop some of the mouth breathers on the subject, but it really has nothing to do with the subject. Like, no shit, an owner can go in there and put the headset on.
Yeah.
He owns the team. I mean, sorry London, sorry Birmingham, sorry them all. Like, what are we talking about here?
Sorry.
Like, but no,
sorry.
Duh. Like, yeah, he can go do that. But it's like, hey, is the sun hot? The sun is hot. The sun is hot. Hey, the moon actually is not that hot. That's like that, what that statement was there. Like, we want to know about the sun. The moon, though, on the other hand, like, what great. What was the point of that statement altogether? That didn't answer any of the questions we're really here to know about.
Just completely missed the point.
Exactly. Well, they
it's
did
not
it deliberately.
about whether or not he's allowed to be in the booth.
Stupid.
Yeah.
They're playing people for stupid, which is a common thing in our world right now. Let me just say something, because I think people are stupid, and I'll be condescending, and some of them buy it, or they're like us, and they go, that's just disrespectful to me to think that I'm stupid, to like read into that and believe that. And I just don't understand that approach at all.
This is all disrespectful to the teams in the NFL. It's disrespectful to the fans. The fans are necessarily getting a lesser product, and Fox doesn't seem to care. Eric Shanks, the CEO of Fox Sports, was appearing at the same event yesterday that I mentioned earlier. It was a frontofficesports.com panel, and he was asked the question. Oh, I'm not talking about that. If there's a conversation to be had, we'll have it. And he knows damn well there's no conversation to be had because the NFL's not going to have the conversation because the NFL doesn't want to do anything about it. That's what's amazing to me. Chris, they suspended this guy 10 years ago for cheating, for destroying his phone, to obfuscate the effort to get to the truth about the inflation or deflation of footballs. They've already decided he's got the capacity to cheat, and they're perfectly fine with putting him in a position where he doesn't even have to cheat to acquire a benefit for the team that he's working for.
I hear you.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I'm with you, Mike. I can't say much to it. It is amazing. I think that's the only thing you can say. I'm shocked too. I'm shocked with the NFL, who drives such a hard bargain, like I said, with everybody and everything. And this is one here where certainly some gray area, and certainly have put some teams in some bad spots. And it's unfair to the teams, like you said. It's unfair to Ben Johnson. Like, just think about that. Yeah, it's unfair. It's unfair. He doesn't want to be mean to Tom Brady or the Fox group, but he's going to be forced to if he just wants to keep things close to the vest and doesn't want to, glean any information or inside information that way. So, yeah, I'm with you totally. I mean, you made a lot of great points there. And we'll see where this goes, but it certainly is an issue. And I mean, the AFC West, that's where I keep looking at it. We've talked about it. Maybe the greatest coaching division in the history of football, a bunch of psychos, and it looks like those teams like the Chargers and the Broncos are going to be in the thick of things and in a playoff conversation. And, yeah, I have a hard time, Andy Reid, any of them are going to really ever want to talk to Brady and let him know anything about their teams as they get later on in the year because of what we're seeing with Brady and the Raiders.
Let me just say one last thing. This all comes down at this point to the owners. They're the ones who voted to allow this to happen, and they have a meeting coming up in October. If the owners understand the sport the way that they should, there could be, and should be a groundswell of owners saying we've got to do something at this point. We can't let this stand because it's just a matter of time before the Raiders are going to be good and we're all going to be harmed by it. We're allowing a team to have an unprecedented advantage that none of us have. As Marcus Spears said yesterday on ESPN, so Jerry Jones is going to go sit with the Giants and call their game a week before he plays the Giants, and y'all are okay with that? Like, this is an advantage that no one else has. They allowed it to happen, and if a solution is going to come, it's clearly not going to come from the league office. It's going to come from the owners. And in a weird sort of way, last thing I'll say, Brady's got some leverage here that he may not have intentionally created, because one of the most overlooked items in all of sports is that Saudi Arabia is now dipping its toe in the football water with this flag football tournament headlined by Tom Brady. So you know what? If we push Tom Brady, maybe Tom Brady ends up being the commissioner of the Saudi Professional Football League. That could be inevitable. Why do they care about flag football all of a sudden? And it's Tom Brady, and it's all these active players, and it's not an NFL initiative. And I don't even think they ask the teams if it's okay for the players to go play, even though their contract would prevent them from playing flag football anywhere. So that in a weird sort of way, and I don't think Brady is like Bond villain genius that he would have thought of this, but they better be careful now how they push him, because he's got a relationship with people who have unlimited money and now have football on their radar screen. So it could get very interesting if they decide to try to tell Tommy no at this point.
Right. I hear you there. Definitely. It will be interesting to see where that goes. And I know it's a subject you've, kind of broached before a little bit. And, that would be – we'll see what happens there.
I'm very disappointed in the NFL for allowing this to exist. And again, you created me, NFL, 50 years ago with John Facenda's voice and the slow motion spiraling just a little bit off in the air, that beautiful NFL film stuff that you used to indoctrinate kids in the 70s. It worked. Congratulations. And now you have people who think that there are certain things that you should be doing that you aren't, like not allowing this obvious conflict of interest that thankfully people are finally waking up to exist. I don't have a lot of optimism they're going to fix this, but at least it's become a talking point, and we ended up talking about it a lot longer than I thought we would this morning. But it's very important if you care about the integrity of the game, this is a very important issue that should not be ignored, and it's going to require people to stand up and say something, people who have power and influence to stand up and say something, or it's going to be allowed to exist. And it's just unfair to the other 31 teams. All right, let's take a break. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.